Fucking hey, just block the whole fucking road with your trailer. Sorry, guys. I'm a little frustrated. I didn't title the fucking live shit. Hang on, guys. Got some nice fucking people in the street out here, don't we? Give me just a second, guys. I gotta go grab a charger. I forgot to grab a charger, and he just called me, so. I gotta back all the way down the fucking street because some asshole with a fucking truck and trailer thinks he owns a fucking trailer court. I was lucky I was able to even get out of my fucking way because he parked right at the fucking back of me. I had to rev my car up just to get him to pull forward enough I could get out of the fucking driveway. Oh my God. I'm just trying to get to the hospital to see my dad. As you can tell, I'm a little flustered over this whole situation, guys. I don't even know if there's anybody even watching. You guys can hear how bad that wheel bearing's gotten on the car. That's why I say I don't think it'd make the 120-mile round trip. Come on, are you turning or not? Can't really read the chat. I see you guys are in here. Thanks for coming in. I don't know how many of you saw my post earlier, but I'm attempting to crowdsource some funding so that I can repair my car so I'm able to take my dad to the University of Iowa hospitals so he can get the care he needs. The hospital that he's currently admitted to is not a place he should be. they've already fucked him around. When I get there, I'm going to have him tell you, I might have to restart the live when I get there, but I'm going to have him tell you the experiences he's had since he was checked in, since he went to the ER on Wednesday morning. And I would really like to be able to source the parts and the funding. My goal is to reach $300 just so I can buy the parts. That's the goal, is $300, because then I can source the parts locally and just repair the car within the next 24 hours. Otherwise, it's only about a third of the cost to be able to order them through Rock Auto, and the parts should be here on Wednesday. Has a bad wheel bearing, and it's pressed into the drum, so it's all one piece. I need a brake drum, a spindle nut, and a tone ring, because it's so out of balance that it's affecting the tone ring. By the time I get the 3.5, 4 miles it's going to take me to get to the hospital, my ABS lights are going to be on because the tone ring's being affected, and I'm pretty sure it's eating into it. What happened was my parking brake failed, and it drugged the brakes, so it overheated the rear wheel bearing and it roached the bearing. I'm not sure who's in the chat, but the easiest way to get to me would be to go to Cash App, and you have to manually search my Cash App, which is just my channel name in one word, so capital N on Notably and capital N on Nova, and that's the donation link, because my Cash App link is not working. I've been dealing with Cash App's customer support for the past hour, trying to get them to understand that the actual Cash App link causes a 404 error for everyone that enters it. I'm just trying to get help so I can help my dad. Like, I don't care about me. I just want to get my dad the care that he needs, because obviously he's in a place that just is not going to give him the care that he needs. I'm in neutral now. All that noise you hear is the wheel bearing. Now I'm back on the throttle. I was rushing trying to get to the hospital so I could, before I started the live stream, but I was dealing with Cash App, so I fucked up and forgot to title the live stream, I Need Help. I need help. Big time do I need help. Not doing well with my dad being in the hospital. He's the only family that I have. sad thing is the car still has good brakes. It's just the tone rings affecting the ABS. That wheel bearing, I know, is going to lock up soon or come apart. I hope it doesn't. I hope it locks up instead of comes apart. Because if it fucking comes apart, it's locked. And it kills me having to ask for help like this. It really does. Look, I'm 42 years old and should be supporting myself. I've been fighting for a year, trying to find over a year now, trying to find some form of employment so that I can fucking pay my. I think it's only 2 stoplights till I get to the hospital. So might be 3. Actually, it is 3. Dealing with cashapp, trying to get them. I just couldn't get the customer support agent I was speaking with to understand that the direct link 404 is for everyone that puts it into a web browser. And then Roadhog is going to be going live, Roadhog Kennel. He's such a good guy. He's helped me a lot, and he's going to try to garner a little bit of help too. And I will keep you guys updated on what the amount is as it comes in. I'm just worried about my dad, man. I slept right for 2 days. When I talk to him, he sounds like they're going to keep him for another night. Don't pull right out in fucking front. Give it the goddamn throttle if you're going to pull right out in fucking front of somebody. Yeah, cool. What's up, Biscuits? Freaking out a little bit, man. Trying to come up with some car fix so I can fucking get Dad to the hospital he needs to go to. I'm at the hospital he's in right now. You guys will have to give me just a couple minutes. I'm going to mute the live and I'm going to turn the camera off, put you in my pocket until I get to his room. I'm going to have him tell you his experiences that he's had since he's been in here since Wednesday morning. I mean, longtime viewers ought to recognize that little piece of junk, because that's, there's Dad's car. All right. Give me a minute, guys. I know it's killing you. Brought you pants, underwear, oh shit, socks and a shirt. I was just gonna sit on the table for you.
How come they're so warm? I feel almost like they're wet.
I don't know. I pulled them out of the car or out of your room like 2 hours ago. And they're probably warm because they were sitting in the car. They were all dry. They came out in your dresser. Want me to find you a place to put here? I'm live, so you can tell them what you've experienced since you've been here, how it's gone. Oh, what the fuck? I swear, they put you in the most unsanitary, fucked up room they could. The fucking plug's fucked up. I don't have the camera on, so you don't have to.
Did you get it to working?
Your phone, yeah, let's put it in. It's on the table right there. Right there, because I had to plug it into the one behind your bed.
Oh, I just feel like crap again. I walked around and my back hurts a bit. Jeez.
Well, why don't you tell them what you've been through since you got here?
Everything.
Well, you wanted me yesterday to tell them. I figured it'd be better to just have you tell them the story.
Which one?
Well, about everything, about from when you got here to now.
Took them. I got here 10 o'clock Friday or
Wednesday.
Tuesday.
Oh, what? No. Because you've only been here 2 nights. Today's Friday.
No, I've been here since Tuesday.
No, you've only been here 2 nights, Dad. You've been here since Wednesday.
I think you're wrong. You could be right, I guess.
You want me to show you the text message you sent me Wednesday afternoon, 5-6 hours after you'd already been here?
All right.
That's what I'm saying. You've been here since Wednesday morning.
Yeah, 10 o'clock, and they admitted me at what? It was after 9 that night before I finally got in the room. The first nurses that I had, you know what I mean? They brought me in, cleaned me all up, put good clean stuff on me, and put me in bed. Then the next day is...
Which was yesterday.
Nothing went right.
I know. When I was here with you for almost 3 hours, and
they did say something about that machine could be set to call her and tell her when it's done. This one came in and they just got done putting the stuff in me a little while ago. And she said, well, yeah, I understand you were on that for 5.5 hours yesterday after it was empty. I said, yeah, it really made it nice sitting there trying to talk to my son. I couldn't get up and walk out of the room. My back was killing me and I couldn't go walk around because I'm plugged into this machine that's sitting there beeping because it's been done for 4 hours.
Yeah, you said it'd been done for at least an hour before I got here.
Yeah. Yeah, what, it was an hour after you left before they finally did it?
And it's supposed to be set up where they're notified when it's done.
Well, tell them what the nurse that unhooked you told you about it.
Oh, well, she said that somebody had already, they told her they already unplugged it and unhooked me.
Yeah, and
After I had to step out and I unplugged the machine from the wall and walked out in the hallway. And when I seen her, I hollered at her to come to me.
yeah, and
that's when she came up and said, "Well, they told me that they already had you unhooked." I just, you know, that's part of the reason I'm hurting so bad is because what you were here.
Well, yeah, I was here for right about 3 hours, and you weren't able to go anywhere but sit where you were on the bed.
That's why my back's hurt me so bad. I could never get up and do any walking or anything. Spilled a cup of coffee. Called them, asked them to clean up the mess. Hour after I got the mess cleaned up, they came in. And I can't believe how they didn't clean much. I spilled that coffee all over the bottom of the table. And since I wiped it off with the paper towels, I just left it. She took her little Swiffer broom and went across the floor where it had spilled, but I already had it cleaned up. Yesterday was a bad day. It was a really bad day.
That's why I want to get you out of here, and I want to get you to Iowa City. Iowa City, they at least care.
Well, they might give me the right stuff.
Yeah.
Last time this happened, I drove myself to Iowa City and I was home before noon.
Yeah, you were home that day. They didn't hold you for 3 days.
No, and I never had another problem.
Yeah.
And that's been what, 6, 7 years ago?
At least 7 years ago, because we were in the old trailer.
Yeah, and I was in one room. When I went out of that room, I went to the car and left.
Yeah.
Cured.
Yeah.
That's the part that gets me. I even asked them, can't they call Iowa City and ask them what they did that cured me the last time?
Right.
Oh, no, they don't like sharing stuff with us.
No, because they know how the hospitals down in the Quad Cities are. Remember when I went in with the partially collapsed lung and it took them 6 hours to send an x-ray? They could have physically drove the x-ray there and came back in an hour and a half. But instead, it took that hospital 6 hours to send them an x-ray.
I think they're giving me something good. It's keeping it down, but it's not curing it. That way they can keep me in here as many days as they want.
Yeah. Well, it's just the lack of care. I'll tell you, that makes me feel good walking my dad into a hospital room and have a nurse tell me, Bourbon Street, I need to go there when I get off work.
Oh, because you're sure.
Yeah, but she needs to go get drunk when she gets off work.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. All because
I heard her say that to you.
Well, that's what I'm saying. That's the kind of stuff that she's more worried about getting drunk.
They just don't care about their job.
No, and I still can't believe how unsanitary this room is. I mean, they can't. It kills me seeing that on the floor. Somebody comment? Yeah. It kills me seeing that on the floor when you had in 5 minutes with a mop and a little bit of give a fuck would clean.
Say something to them about the other people and they all stick up for each other.
Right. Well, Biscuits just said that you need to get in touch with your caseworker or the head of nursing. Demand proper care. If that doesn't work, call a news channel with your story. The hospital will jump in line. I'd rather get the parts for the car, fix the car, tonight and tell them discharge him, put you in the car, and take you straight to Iowa City. You know what I mean? Well, because in Iowa City, it's a university hospital. They'll care.
Well, they're there to fix you.
Yeah.
Well, I remember bringing you to Genesis when you had that parasitical infection.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I took you in there to the doctor, to man-wife doctor there at Mercy Hospital, Genesis East now. But I took you in there and I spent like $600. And the last time I went in there, it took you in there, they wanted a stool sample. I got them a stool sample. And then they came up and said, well, that wasn't quite enough. We need to go ahead and go through this again. And that night, you looked like you were going to die.
Oh, fuck. I remember how sick I was over there. I remember how sick I was.
I told him, well, I came over to the job and told Carl that I was taking you out of the city. I wasn't going to mess with this no more. And I wasn't in there 15 minutes. And the doctor said, well, I know what's wrong with him, but if you can get me a stool sample, I said, all I got to do is give him a bite to eat and you'll get your stool sample. And he goes, yeah, I'm sure I know what's wrong with him. And we got that for him. And 5 minutes later, he came out and said, well, I know, where do you want the prescription sent? You can go ahead and go home. And I got upset. I said, no, he's broke fixing. You know, I'm not going anywhere. Well, and it took him about 15 minutes to talk me into coming home. And 5 minutes after we got home, the phone rang and wanted to know where to send the
Prescription.
to, and went and picked it up. And the next day we were okay.
Mm-hmm. Well,
and I paid that doctor and his wife $600 to $900, and this was in
the mid-90s, the early to mid-90s, because we were still living in the other trailer court.
Yeah, probably 93.
Yeah.
No, it might have been 92.
Well, remember what happened when I had the partially collapsed lung?
Stick a needle in
the
you.
doctor down here was just going to stab a needle into my chest and send me home with an open wound in my chest.
Yeah.
And we went to Iowa City 2 days later. I spent 7 hours in their ER because it took the hospital down here 6 hours to send him an x-ray. And the doctor sent me home laughing, saying, because the doctor down here told me, it could kill you, it could kill you, it could kill you. And the doctor up there was laughing and said, if you walk out the door of the ER, you can get hit by a bus and that can kill you. You're in good shape. If you just go home and rest and try to take it easy, you should be fine. And I haven't had any problems since, but boy, that guy down here would have sent me right home with an open wound ready for an infection.
Well, that doctor in Iowa City said that, no, we usually wait for a day and then we'll check it again.
Yeah.
And if it gets a little worse, we
contemplate doing that. Yeah.
You don't just stab a needle in your chest.
Yeah. Yeah. And he even said that after waiting for 6 hours, when we got the x-ray and it hasn't grown any, it was 3 days between me going to the hospital down there and going to Iowa City. So it hasn't grown any, you should be fine. And then look at all the care that I dealt with when me and Lynn got in a car accident.
Yeah.
Look at what why I'm so freaked out, Dad? Last time I had a loved one in the hospital, the doctor looked at me and said, she's probably not going to make it. And I went, what do you mean? He goes, well, not today, not tonight. She's fine. You can go home. You should go home and rest some. And 4 hours later, they called me in so I could come in and watch the love of my life, guys. Yeah. I know what the hospitals are like down in this area. Look at what they did to your brother. Look at what happened with Jim in the medical care facility they sent him to.
Yeah, they starved him to death.
Yeah.
When they send him to the hospital and you go in and talk to the hospital and the hospital says, he has no protein in him. He has absolutely no protein in his blood. you need to talk to the state about this. You know, they
Yeah.
literally starved him to death.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think, you know, and that's why I said, why do you think I'm so nervous right now, Dad? Because I watched all that go down past 5 years, and I want to get you to a hospital that has some give a fuck, not give a fuck about go drinking after work.
Well, there's absolutely no way I went to Genesis anyhow.
No, not at all.
But I don't.
This place ain't any better. In fact, Genesis would have at least checked on you. They might not have done a goddamn thing, but they would have at least came in once an hour. You know?
Yeah, and there's even a sign there that says hourly rounding.
Yeah. Yeah, check this out, chat. So I was here yesterday for 3 hours with my dad, sitting with him, listening to that machine that was hooked to him that was empty beep. And the whole time I was sitting there, I'm sitting there looking at the sign that says this. In 3 hours, I never saw anyone.
Well, it's been an hour and a half. I haven't seen anybody before that. And
Yeah.
it was another hour, and I finally had to go out in the hallway to see somebody.
Well, I was going to say something at the nurse's station when I walked out to leave, but there was nobody there.
Yeah.
You know, so
They all congregate in an empty room and talk.
yeah. Yeah, that's the problem. Is there is no.
Well, they sure backtrack when they do something wrong, though. And when you say something to them about it, they cover for each other and backtrack like you wouldn't believe.
Biscuits, I
don't want to be sick.
I know.
You know, just
Biscuits.
why do you think it took so long for me to want to even go see a doctor?
Right.
Why the medical care I have, Medicare I have says you need to do a welfare check. You need to do a welfare check. You need to go to see a doctor. Well, tell me a doctor that's a doctor. I don't want to see.
That's.
I don't want to see a left foot doctor when my right foot is messed up.
Well, that's the whole thing, and unfortunately, Biscuits, they wouldn't send him by ambulance because this hospital will say that it's not an emergency thing.
Yeah.
So they wouldn't transport him. That's why I'm out here trying to find this help, guys, just so I can get him in a car and get him to Iowa City. Up there, they'll give a fuck. I mean, if they have to keep you for a night or two in Iowa City, at least they're going to do something instead of just letting you sit here with a needle in your fucking arm and a machine beeping at you for every half hour for 5 hours. Every 30 seconds for 5 hours?
Every 30 seconds.
And then when you tell them, they look at you and go, oh, well, they told me that they had already done that. Well, obviously somebody didn't do their job and they need to be put in check.
Well, they did get put in check. Because she came in and set that machine. And when it started beeping, I reached up to turn the beeper off, to silence it for that 10 seconds. And before I got to the button, she came in.
Okay.
And unhooked me. But that was just so aggravating. I sat here in this one spot for at least 5.5 hours because I was hooked to the machine and I couldn't go anywhere.
I know. You were stuck there for the 3 hours that I was here.
I don't want to complain a bitch about them. I just want to get it. I want them to do what they're getting paid money to do.
Right. But Biscuits, they wouldn't do that because they sponsor the news. Biscuits is saying, what's the local news and the name of the hospital? He'll contact them right now. I mean, it's Unity Point, and we're in Davenport, Iowa, so it's KWQC or WQAD or WHBF.
Yeah.
That's our local news.
Then we'll get in trouble because they got signs all over that says no recording.
Do they?
Yeah, you're not supposed to record.
Well,
why do you think they want that?
Outside that room, I can sit here. You could sit here with your phone on a live. They can't restrict that. This is your private room.
You know, they say no recording of any kind unless permitted.
Well, you give me permission to have this live stream going, right?
Yeah.
You know, well then guess what? There goes their permission out the window.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like all they're doing is just prolonging it to keep the Medicare, Medicaid money coming in.
Yeah.
You know, and most people don't care because they don't have to pay for it.
Yeah.
And just,
well, I don't want you tied to a damn bed for 3 days and knowing that for at least one of those fucking days, nobody gave two shits that you were sitting here with the machine screaming at you every 30 seconds for 5 fucking hours, you know, or that they didn't give you breakfast yesterday morning. Well, it's ridiculous, man. You know, did they ever give you any answer as to your blood test coming back or not? Since I talked to you an hour ago?
no, but they came and put that medicine in me. Remember I was saying, you know, if they're going to wait on that, why don't they just continue that 24-hour stuff until they find out?
If putting you on a blood pressure pill is, yeah.
And they got my blood pressures actually getting down there. It was kind of a little below normal last time they checked it. The trial and error. And they don't have to do that. All they have to do is call Iowa City and have them, because it's all on the computer.
Yeah.
You know, have them send a report of what they did for me last time. Because
Yeah, look at your medical history.
it cured me in one day. I was cured.
Yeah. Yeah, and that time.
And this has been
Today's the 3rd day you've been here.
today's Friday, and
Yeah. Yeah, that's why I said you came in Wednesday. Because that was last night was your second night here. Because last night was the second night I wasn't able to sleep.
it's just, you know, it's like I said, prolonging it to keep the money coming in.
Yeah. Yeah.
When there are other options.
You know, that's what I'm saying. I wish your car or my car would fucking make it.
You know, I've been saying since I came in here, find out what they did for me out there.
Yeah.
Do the same thing, and I'll be out of here. You know what?
Well, last time when this happened, you were so sick you were starting to hallucinate.
Yeah.
And they fixed
so
you
said,
one day.
I was sicker then than I am now. And right now I'm still sick and I'm still having the same problems.
Yeah.
You know, it's just before it was burning every time I urinated. It's the only difference is it's not burning now. But it's still just a little bit at a time.
Yeah.
But I absolutely have no clue on what medicine or whatever it takes.
Well, yeah, and right now they're not giving you any time frame as to if you're going to get discharged. Any of that.
You know, I thought it was going to be today.
That's what I thought too. I think it's absolutely.
The biggest thing that upsets me is I feel like they're just prolonging it.
Yeah.
You know, keeping it going. And
Well,
why do that to somebody's life? Why do that with somebody's life?
right. Well, how about the fact that you got to, you find out that one nurse lied to another about your treatment. You know, that pisses me off, Dad. It disgusts me and it pisses me off because nobody should have to. It's not just because you're my dad. Nobody should have to be tied to a fucking bed like that for that long because somebody didn't do their job. And then when the person that's tied to the bed finally unplugs the damn machine and goes out and hunts down a nurse, they get told one nurse lied to another nurse. That is the definition of improper fucking care.
It's just people don't give a shit, you know. I grew up in the time where, you know, you took pride in doing what your job.
Yeah. I just. So nothing really squirrely happened today other than they can't give you an answer on whether. You know, I'm here to try to help you. I'm here to figure out what the fuck I can do to help, Dad. Because this is, it's not right. It's not right.
That's you know, that's what I think. That's just what bothers me the absolute most. It ain't whether it's poor care or whatever. It's just fix me. You know, to do what it takes to fix me. Don't prolong it so you can get more money. Don't, you know?
Yeah.
Because that's just exactly the way I feel. Is they're just prolonging this so that Medicare puts out more money and more money and more money.
And that's not right. Not at all.
That ain't how life should be.
No.
You know, that ain't what it's about. You know, Iowa City has it right. They walk in and they fix you. You know, they could have kept you in there when you had that
Collapsed lung?
no, that parasitic
infection when I was a little
They
kid.
could have kept you in there for 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
No.
But they didn't need to because they knew what was wrong with me and they gave the proper prescription and I peed the stuff that glowed in the dark that night and I was fine the next day.
Well, the doctor even knew what was wrong with you before he did the tests. But he had to do the tests to prove he was right.
Yeah.
Like I said, it took him a while to get me talked into bringing you home. But you were just absolutely looked like you were going to die.
I know.
What, 7 years old?
Yeah.
And the doctor over here and his wife were just, you know, we didn't get it right this time. We're going to have to go try again. And you were like that for a week. I took you in there at least 4 times before I just give up. Decided they didn't know what they were doing.
Right. Well, that's the thing is we know that you and I both know the University of Iowa is the best hospital in the state. And that should be the first choice. I mean, when I got hurt,
it's the only hospital in the state I've been to. KWQC just got a heads up.
Yep.
They won't care.
Yeah, the biggest problem with that is they're not going to. We know they won't care because KWQC's biggest sponsor is Trinity and Unity Point.
They all are, as a matter of fact.
Yeah. Though I do appreciate that, Biscuits. I do. Hey, what's up, Kilted? All anonymous. I mean, unfortunately, I can't chat Oh hell, I was on Top Chat. I don't know how much I missed, guys. Otherwise, I'd drop the Cash App in. You know what I was trying to, what I said earlier is what I'm trying to find is enough that I did the research. I got my parts list. I know that if I went through Rock Auto, it's going to be like $75 for all the parts, and they'd be here Wednesday, and that's after shipping and everything. But if I source them locally, how much do you think AutoZone wants for just the drum for the car?
$100.
$100 even. And the drum on, and right now in my cart on Rock Auto is an $18 drum with the bearing. You know, and that's, you know, the bearing's in it. And if that one gets sold before I get it ordered, you know what the price goes up to? $26. So locally, they literally want 4 times what they want for.
Did you try advance?
Yeah, $115.
No, no kidding.
Yeah. Well, I looked them up online. I don't know. I'd have to wait till Monday
to go in
because I could probably get my old boss to give me a good discount like I got on them. But what kills me is all them brakes on that car were brand new a year and a half ago. What was it, like September 24 is when I put all 4 brakes on all 4 corners, and the car didn't even really need brakes when I put brakes on. That's why I'm trying to find a hub, a spindle nut, and a tone ring, or the drum, the spindle nut, and the tone ring. Because I've got a pair of shoes that have enough meat on them that I don't need to worry about buying brake shoes. And then the reason why I was trying to come up with as much as I was, you know, with the goal of $300 is I could buy the parts. If I got $300, if I came up with $300 in the next 24 hours, I could just go locally, buy all the parts, rent a torque wrench, and fix the wheel on the car, and return the torque wrench, and that $100 would pay for the fuel, you know, the rental fee of the torque wrench. But it's that much. I added it up all together to buy all of it. The tone ring is $53 locally, $8 on Rock Auto. The nut, you know, the spindle nut,
26.
No, it's $16 on Rock Auto. All the parts together on Rock Auto for everything that I want and need for the car, minus brake hardware, you know, like shoes and the actual brake hardware, minus that, everything's only like $41, $42, but it's it's $25 for shipping to have UPS or USPS, so the postal service, haul it, and it's $28 to have UPS and FedEx haul it. And UPS and FedEx, we know the part would arrive at the house. If I went through the mail,
you can get it.
Yeah, if I went through the actual mail service, to this day, we still don't know where my cabin air filter went that I had to get refunded. The one that the mail dropped a card and said they had at their office, and then they decided they were going to threaten to trespass me from their office because I went in to ask, where's my mail that hasn't been to my house in a week? Yeah. You know?
Post office or the.
But yeah, looking up the parts locally, the cheapest option, I think it was AutoZone and O'Reilly's combined. The cheapest option is like $170 before tax. And that's, no, it was just $190 before tax. And that's because, yeah, it's like, I think it's $38 is what I could get the spindle nut for. You know, the one that's $15 on Rock Auto.
Yeah.
It's like $38 for that. It's $52 for the tone ring, and it's $100 for the drum. Well, that's $188 plus 7% tax. And then if I can't find a torque wrench, but I'm pretty sure John will let me borrow his torque wrench. I might have to buy a set of AA batteries for it. But if I can't find, or AAA, but if I can't find a torque wrench, I could rent one from O'Reilly's, and that's $100. Well, that's $300 to be able to do it locally. You know,
And that's because Jack's freaking line didn't put it together right.
you don't need to say names, but
No.
you know, but yeah, that's because I'm pretty damn sure that they didn't preload the bearing correctly when they put the wheel back on, when they put that wheel cylinder in it almost 2 years ago. You know what? The day after I put the brand new brakes on the car.
Yeah.
Because the wheel cylinder was leaking, and I didn't have time to get the wheel cylinder and do it. So I just had them do it while I was at work the next day. You know, I just want to get the car fixed so I can take you out there. Like, I don't give a fuck about me being able to drive the car. You know, you could take the car yourself. I don't have to have a car. In worst case scenario, if I had to go into town, I got your car. It's just that we know your car wouldn't make.
I'd be scared to drive it out of the city.
Yeah.
That's why I came in here.
Well, there's a better chance right now, as messed up as both cars are, that my car would make it to Iowa City. But as loud as that bearing is screaming in my car now, I don't want to try to put it on the interstate at 65 mile an hour for 50 miles.
65.
What, 65 miles up there? I thought it was only like 58 miles because when I worked in Coral Ridge, I think it was only 55 miles one way that I was driving. And that's past the hospital up there. Because remember, driving the Vallardi, I was a 100-mile road trip a day. I did that for 8 months. Just so what? Just stuck. You know, it sucks. I wish I'd spent an hour before I came in here. See if I got an answer back from him yet.
Hello? Alright, can I get your name?
Hey,
And are you gonna need any help with this at all? Alright, well, I hope you have a good night.
So they brought you dinner at least.
yeah, I didn't think I'd get it till 6 o'clock.
What time is it? It's 20 to 6. Yeah. Road just sent me a message so that he's going to be alive around 6 o'clock. Because he's going to help try to
No cream or sugar.
come up with the funds. What the hell is that? A breadstick? Why did she leave the door open?
I guess she came in. The reason I didn't get breakfast yesterday, according to one of the nurses, this gal that delivers that came in was just all pissed off. Told them they were gonna have to take care of it themselves, but she wasn't gonna do nothing. Brought food up, dropped it off, and left.
What? So someone else refusing to do their job is the reason why
One every day.
you didn't. Yeah, it's the reason why. Well, that's 2 in one day. You didn't get breakfast yesterday, and then you spent all that time sitting on that machine. So that was
Yesterday was absolutely terrible day.
yeah. So that was 2 people in one day absolutely refused to do their jobs.
Left me in misery.
But remember, we gotta respect them all because they're all heroes. That's what they ran around and screamed while the TikTok danced all over 2020. It's sad, man. It is. It's just sad. And I just want to get you out of here. Get you to a place where they're going to take care of you.
Oh, when I went out to Iowa City last time, I had somebody right there with me the whole time.
Yeah. Yeah, they at least checked on you every hour. Or...
They never left me alone.
Yeah. Well, that was when I went out there for the collapsed lung. How long they leave me alone for? 45 minutes? Hour? At most, because they were waiting on getting the x-rays. You know, they didn't make me wait for 11 hours in the emergency room before they checked me into a room. Just sucks, man. So what'd they give you for dinner?
Looks like turkey with a little stuffing, a piece of bread, and green beans, fruit salad. Hot.
Hot.
What do you call it? And they put it in breading and cook it.
Oh, like a hot pocket kind of thing.
Some of the food's been good, and some of it's been just.
Well, yeah, it's hospital food. They never good. That's. You still in chat, Rick? Wonder if somebody could drop my cash app into the chat.
Instead of giving you money, just have them pray that this place does what they're supposed to do.
Oh, I've had them doing that since the night you went in, Dad. That's the truth. Thank you, Jennifer. I just got put $50 closer to the goal. It's the first anybody's sent anything. That right there is almost enough to order the parts from Rock Auto. Like another $23 would put me at the goal for the parts to be able to order the parts. And they'd be here if I ordered them today, they'd be here Wednesday. Because last night when I looked at it, if I'd ordered them last night, they would have been here Tuesday.
I think I'll be out by then.
Hope to God. I hope to God you're out of here by, if they're going to keep you tonight, I hope to God you're out of here by Saturday night.
It feels like they're just giving me enough medicine to keep me alive.
Yeah.
It's not strong enough to cure me.
Yeah, it's.
They pumped a lot of stuff in me when I went out to Iowa City that time.
Yeah.
It wasn't just one medicine once a day.
Oh, yeah. I'll put that over on that chair. Sit this down. They strap themselves to you to try walking around somewhere again.
No, that's the one that he put on me. He had to put it on me just in case. That was his job. By the time we went up and down the hallway and come back in, he goes, "Well, I guess you're going to be able to walk." What makes me think they're just prolonging it is whenever I have to pee.
Do you mind being on camera?
Huh?
Do you mind being on camera? Okay, well, that's fine. It's not. You're not. So that's why I was asking, because I was gonna. But anyways, what makes you think they're prolonging it?
Whenever the only difference right now is it don't burn like fire when I pee, but I'm still only peeing just a little bit. That's what makes me think they're just prolonging it. Because I'm not really improving.
Yeah. Well, nothing's gonna improve you when you're tied to a bed like you were yesterday. That made me sick, Dad.
My back's still hurting because of it.
I know. Dad, I came in to spend time with you, and that movie was on, and I figured we cool. We could just sit here and watch that movie. Instead, every 30 seconds, we had an alarm screaming at us. And it was screaming when I first walked in the room.
I've been screaming for an hour and a half before that.
Yeah.
And it screamed an hour after you left.
Yeah. And it took you having to go hunt one of them down.
I had to unplug the machine and drag it out in the hallway and wait till I seen the nurse.
Yeah.
And then I got blamed on somebody else.
Yeah, they passed the buck. And that's not right. You know? See, what bothers me about that, Dad, is that's not incompetence. That's willful indifference.
Yeah.
Incompetence would be, she went, oh shit, ran right over and unhooked you. I'm sorry, I forgot to do that. Instead of, oh, I got told somebody already unhooked you. You know? That's aggravating. That's why I've been sitting at home just worried sick.
You don't come to the hospital to get better. You come to the hospital to get took out. That's kind of how I feel about it. That's why I haven't seen a doctor in the last,
Well, at least in this local area.
I haven't seen a doctor since that last doctor I seen wanted to send me to his buddy that was a varicose vein specialist to run a catheter on me because he thought he could do it.
Well, that was in this area. And you ask anybody from the Quad Cities what the hospitals are like around here, and they'll all tell you the same damn thing. Go to Iowa City. Hell, when you go to Iowa City and tell them that, look, I came up here because I don't like the hospitals down there in Davenport, Bettendorf, because they're really well known for not doing very well. And the doctor up there goes, "We've heard that a lot." You know, that tells you what kind of medical system's going on in this area.
I truly totally believe if I wouldn't have went to the Iowa City the last time, I might have died.
Yeah,
And I was
because
10 years younger and a whole lot healthier.
well, yeah, you were really, 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 really sick that last time.
Yeah, but I was still healthy.
Yeah,
I came here because I thought I'll get ahead of it. Because I knew what was wrong with me. I knew exactly what was wrong with me.
yeah, yeah. You knew your blood pressure was really out of whack, and
I had a urinary tract infection, and it was a bad one.
yeah,
And guess what they told me in the emergency room?
if you had a urinary tract infection, it was a bad one.
Your white blood count shouldn't be above 10. And mine was at 25 and a half.
Yeah,
Well, they told me out to Iowa City that, you know, if I'd have waited another day, I might not have made it.
yeah,
That's how bad I was. But they still pumped me full of stuff and sent me home in 4 hours.
yeah. They didn't chain you to a bed and keep you for 3 days. It's
I
sad.
don't like being a test subject for an incompetent doctor. You know, that's what I feel like I am. Well, that didn't work. Let's go ahead and try this.
Yeah,
Well, this ain't working. What's he gonna do tomorrow? Come in and tell me we're gonna try something else. They told me that my numbers come back, they were gonna put me on a pill. I'd probably go home if they put me on a pill.
yeah.
Evidently, my numbers didn't come back good enough.
Or he went home and he'll get the results tomorrow. I mean,
They get another day out of it.
yeah, yeah. I mean, that's
The doctor gets patted on his back for doing such a great job, keeping the money coming in, and the patient suffers.
Yeah.
Well, give him time. He'll cure me. You know?
yeah. Well, I don't know if I believe that with what I know about the medical system. They don't do cures. They only treat the symptoms to keep the cash flowing. And if they can prolong the symptoms, reduce them minimally to prolong them, they keep more cash flowing. And that's
I could be wrong. Because when I say something to them here, they're trying to tell me I'm wrong. But sure don't look that way to me.
yeah.
Well, he downplayed me telling him they should talk to Iowa City. Well, they usually just tell us what was wrong with you. When one hospital talks to another hospital,
Yeah.
it's a request of the patient to pass some records. Because I know it wasn't just one medicine they put in me out there.
Yeah.
They give me a shot. I haven't got a shot. They've taken blood out of me about 50 times. And I haven't got a shot of anything yet. They give me probably 3 shots. And then whatever they were putting through me in the IV. Because it wasn't just IV fluid, it was medicine with it.
So what are they trying to say is causing the blood pressure? Your heart?
They never tell you the cause.
Yeah, that's messed up.
Except he did say I got COPD. I need to quit smoking. And I told him I hadn't had a cigarette since Monday, and I ain't even craving one.
Yeah. Oh,
They're giving me 10 milligrams of something. And the only reason they're giving me anything for my blood pressure is because the nurse was freaking out because 185 over 110 was just high, I guess.
yeah, it's more than just a little bit.
It was like that every time they checked it.
Yeah. Yeah, but I can tell you right now, just being in this building has my blood pressure higher than it is in a normal day. I know that because remember when I went down over where the fuck did I even go? Oh, the tooth or whatever it was down to community healthcare, and they took my blood pressure and they're like, well, your blood pressure is really, really high. And I'm like, I just missed having a really bad car accident a half a block from the hospital, and I'm still vibrating from it. And now you're telling me my blood pressure's high. Well, you need to just sit down and relax. 20 minutes later, they come check my blood pressure. Oh, yeah, okay, it's just a little high, but you're fine. Gee, I don't know. I'm a person with hypertension and nearly died in a car accident a half block from the hospital. I was coming down to find out about a tooth. I remember that because I'm like, I smoked a cigarette, almost got in a car wreck, and then came right in the door, sat down, and you stuck the cuff on me. I wonder why I'm sitting here. And I wasn't sitting there vibrating. I was just sitting there with, thinking. I wonder if that's Cash App finally responding to me.
You got very many people in there?
I got 6 people watching right now. Road just sent me a text.
Well, that was actually edible.
Hey, Road, I'll go ahead and end it if you want to start yours. That way I can sit here and talk to Dad for a little bit. I appreciate it, man. And so,
Tell everybody thanks for caring.
yeah, you hear him? He said thanks for caring. You're not on camera. You're not on camera, but say it again.
So tell everybody thanks for caring.
All right, I'm going to go ahead and end it, guys.